This is terrible. Nyan Brown ran his race, won, and was DQ'd because of how he celebrated. Thing is,
35 seconds for Nyan Brown. That is a... Now, we know that's already a meet record. 35.96, U.S. number 5 for Nyan Brown.
Dude is a competitor, and if you don't like him celebrating, just beat him. I'm watching this, and all I can think of is the double standard at play here. There are plenty of white athletes who competed, ran hard, and celebrated. They were not disqualified. Brown was. Here's the backstory from the Charlotte Observer, who added some really good reporting on this subject. With a couple of seconds left in the 4x400 relay, Mallard Creek star Nyan Brown had pulled well ahead of the field on the anchor leg. His victory would be erased with the 2-point edge in total points in the 8A standings, which was held by Durham, Jordan, allowing Mallard Creek's boys team to win its third consecutive NCHSAA state championship. Now, if you watch that video, the initial video, you might have been asking yourself, why is he celebrating? Why is he raising his hand? Why is he raising 5 fingers? Well, here's the answer. Well, it was to mark the number of state titles Mallard Creek's boys team would have won in a row, with the relay victory, 5 in total, 3 outdoor and 2 indoor, per Mallard Creek officials. And that was when he was officially disqualified. Thus, rather immediately, the 10 points Mallard Creek would have received for a first place finish was changed to 0 due to the disqualification, meaning Jordan won the title. Now, Brown is showing maturity beyond his years. Many would air their grievances. Many would go after the official. They would want to dox the official, etc. What he is doing is putting out statements on his personal Instagram like this. On May 16th at the NCHSAA 8A state championship, I ran the final 300-meter hurdles race of my high school career and broke the long-standing state record set in 2007 by Spencer Adams. The previous record was 36:04. I ran 35.96. Right before settling into the blocks, I remember thinking to myself, dang, I can't believe I got it. I can't believe I did it. I truly believed I was about to break the state record. When I crossed the line, my celebration was loud and emotional. I celebrated with my teammates and dapped up my opponent because it was one of the proudest moments of my life on the track. That moment later went viral, along with footage of me raising my hand as the anchor of the 4x400 relay. That relay mattered deeply to me because a win would have secured our team's 5th consecutive state championship. I wanted that for my teammates more than anything. They worked incredibly hard for every point this season, and we had seniors on this team who had never experienced winning a state championship. To my teammates, y'all are my brothers, and I could not be more grateful to compete alongside you. I also want to thank my coaches, competitors, and everyone who has supported me throughout my career. Anyone who has competed against me over the last 9 years knows that I've always competed with respect for the sport and respect for my opponents. I would never intentionally taunt another athlete. While I am disappointed in the final decision, I believe this moment creates an opportunity for a larger conversation within track and field about allowing young athletes to celebrate major accomplishments. Celebration is a part of sports, especially at championship events. Throughout the week, athletes across classifications celebrated their victories in many different ways, many of which are publicly available online. I'm happy for those athletes, and I believe they should be able to celebrate those moments. I will continue learning from this experience, and I hope conversations like this help create clearer expectations for how young athletes can express joy in meaningful moments. Thank you to everyone who has supported me throughout this experience. I hope you will continue to support me next season as a member of the NC State track and field team. There were also a lot of rumors circulating, and I saw this online as well, that Brown was warned. His coach would dispel this entire narrative.
I do want to get out there that he was not warned. I know that's the message that people want to say, well, if he was warned before, why did he do something again? He was never warned. He was never given a personal message to say, don't do this again, we're watching you. Never.
Like everything, Within this story, there's more to it. Mallard Creek is pursuing a further review of the incident per track coach Sam Willoughby. School officials also pointed out that many other runners who won events throughout the week of track meets celebrated as they crossed the finish line. Today, they filed an appeal. We'll keep you abreast as that takes place and what may come of it. Now, if you were to be asking yourself, who is one slob that really would want to weigh in, would weigh in, and because of that, show the exact character that he holds? There you go.
Nyan Brown, track athlete out of North Carolina, cost his high school track team the state championship because he prematurely celebrated. Now he's a big victim. Why did they even warn him previously? That was a harmless gesture. Nyan Brown got caught up in doing what we as black people think is our purpose here in America. Let's do something extra. Let's be rebellious. Let's not follow the rules to a T. Let's put our own spin on everything. That's our contribution to sports. How did we get here? Black fatigue. White people are tired of black people always having to do something extra. Hey, I'm getting a diploma. Let me break out my Omega Sci-Fi stomp. I'm glad Nyan Brown cost his team the state championship.
That's just beyond hateful. It is. It is beyond hateful from a hateful individual. It's gross, man. Every single day. Every day that passes, and for whatever video he uploads, guaranteed to be hateful. NCHSAA Commissioner Quay Tucker gave this statement: "Judgment decisions made by meet officials are done with the full knowledge of the National Federation of High Schools track and field rules, as well as rules and expectations of the NCHSAA relative to unsporting behavior and actions. We recognize there is deep disappointment experienced by the student athletes, coaches, and the school community involved." Another wrinkle to all of this, it's just deja vu all over again. The Charlotte Observer would recap 4 years ago, Mallard Creek lost a conference tourney championship because one of its best sprinters DQ'd for getting involved in an altercation with some rival competitors in the stands. That runner was dismissed from the team, which hurt the Mavericks 100-meter, 200-meter, and 400-meter relay teams. At the state meet a few weeks later, the Mavericks didn't have a top 15 finisher in either sprint race and finished fourth in the 400-meter relay. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.